All Nicki had to do was shut the fuck up, get in the booth, and let the coke go. That's all she had to do. And then everybody could A equally, and we could all be experiencing 3 baddies being at the top of the rap game at the current moment. But instead, she decided to jump into the snow pile that is coke further, to the point that she's almost at the earth's core. That's how far she's dug herself into this hole, instead of like coming up for air. And if I was Jay-Z, the way my petty is set up, I would, at this point, I would call Atlantic. I would call Cardi herself and say, what do you need from me to get you on my label? Because if she gonna go off about some shit, let's really take it there. Let's really take it the fuck there. Because this is what happened when artists have only child syndrome. They can't, and a few artists do have this. Like, they genuinely can't stand to see you working with anyone else that's not them. And because Nicki, personally, with the reason why I think it's because, Nicki, you realize what you did to Lil' Kim. And you've been terrified ever since of somebody coming in and doing the same thing to you. Even though Meg and you are vastly different from each other. Even though you and Cardi are vastly different from each other, we can recognize that you saw the writing on the wall. You thought that you were going to be replaced. You thought that these girls would come in and try to bite off your sound. And they didn't have to, because they had brought their own originality. But because you knew what you did to Lil' Kim, your karma was them. And now you haven't been able to handle it, and you've been crashing out and been coked out ever since. Because why? She's currently going on a ranting phase because apparently the judge denied to dismiss the case between Meg Thee Stallion and one of her ex-employees, and how that ex-employee was like, he had to watch he had to watch Meg Thee Stallion do the nasty with some girl in the back seat, and when she was on tour in Ibiza or whatever. And so Nicki is taking that as like, oh, it's karmic law. Is that what it's called? A bitch whose husband is literally, if you want to move, you got to call the courts and tell them where you want to move to. And then the courts got to call the HOA association. Okay? They got to call them and say, hey, this lady wants to move in. And by the way, her husband is a smedophile. By the way, her husband is a sexual predator. If a bitch has to do that, she can't tell me shit. There's not a tweet you can make that is ever gonna get me mad, because your life is a joke. X said it best. A bitch know better than let me hear. Exactly. Even if I do hear her, I don't hear her. Because even on your best day, which is still your worst day, you can't say shit to me. Because I'm doing everything that you were doing. That's why I said, this is karma. This is the real karma. This is really Nicki's real karma. Because everything that Meg is doing, everything that Cardi is doing, is literally at some point where Nicki was. And now where's she at? Yeah. And now she has 13-year-olds hyping her up and refusing to tell her that she needs to enter rehab immediately. It's a sad way to go out, man. Sad. Very sad.